Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Taurus, welcome to your December 2021 tarot reading. My name is Tessa and you're watching my channel. This is going to be a general spiritual guidance tarot reading for Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you are a returning subscriber, you might be familiar with my monthly readings, including my Astro Soul deck, as well as tying astrology in with the message while I pull up the rising sign according to the zodiac sign, so Taurus rising. However, for this particular reading, I am not going to be using my Astro Soul deck, and I am not going to be tying in any detailed accounts of astrology into this reading. It's just going to be strictly tarot. And the reason why I decided to do that, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it in the future, but the reason I decided to do that is because these last few weeks I've really been going into the depths of astrology. I have been furthering my own astrological studies, and I've been really getting into astrology deeper and deeper, and like every single day doing something in regards to astrology. And I have also started a new series on my channel called Investigative Astrology, with the first episode being about the Astroworld tragedy, the festival from November 5th, 2021, where it's a 5-part video. And 4 of the 5 videos are very long. They're about an hour long each, at least. The introduction is about 20 minutes, which just kind of touches on what the other videos are going to be about and what you can expect from that series. But I dive into the astrology of Astroworld, and basically, I've just been very much kind of getting absorbed in the realm of astrology, and I feel like I've kind of been neglecting tarot, and I really just kind of wanted to step aside from the astrology and only do a tarot reading. Now, with that being said, you can't completely separate astrology and tarot, okay, ever. Like there's always going to be astrological symbolisms and meanings that are tied into tarot, okay? And that's not something that I'm even wanting to separate, okay? That's always going to be there. I'm always going to do tarot readings, and I'm always going to mention some form of astrology. But just as far as connecting the dots, and as far as really getting into some astrological themes that are actually going on in the month of December, that is going to be put aside in favor of just a nice general tarot reading. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little heads up, okay? Also, my mid-December reading, I'm thinking about doing a 12-month tarot spread for each sign for the year 2022. So let me know if that's something you would be interested in. Otherwise, you can give me other ideas about certain tarot readings or spreads or something that you would like to see for my mid-month readings, okay? Yeah, so that's pretty much my introduction. Happy Sagittarius season. We are officially in Sagittarius season, okay? And what I will mention is that if you are a Taurus rising, you have Sagittarius in your 8th house of investments, taxes, other people's money, intimacy, sex, death, rebirth, transformation, and all those, the unconscious, okay, the unconscious, deeper emotions and traumas, repressed emotions from your own childhood, things like that, yeah. So what does that mean? Well, if you're Taurus rising, it means that the month of December, it could trigger, the month of December could trigger some deeper feelings about family or about your relationship with your lover or your partner. It can definitely trigger some deeper feelings in regards to money and how you spend your money or invest your money, especially because this is holidays. We're in the holiday season right now, and you could be feeling very stressed out about buying gifts or how you spend your money, especially when it's tied to other people that are part of your intimate surroundings and your intimate circle, okay? So that could definitely be some themes that are coming up, okay? But with that being said, let us jump into the tarot and we will go from there, okay? So what are the messages that are needing to come out for Taurus for December 2021? What are the messages that are needing to come out for Taurus for December 2021? All right, Taurus, let's get into this reading. So kicking off your reading, we have the Knight of Swords. This is Gemini energy, some kind of communication needing to come out. I kind of feel like there's some impulsive energy happening here. This could definitely be in regards to feeling like you need to take action to plan something or to communicate something to someone, okay? The Knight of Cups, this is Pisces energy. Wow, another Knight energy. This could definitely be in reference to like a love situation, okay? Someone that you could have some kind of romantic connection with or romantic attachment to, and you are feeling like you need to communicate something to them. You could be really stressed out. You could be having a lot of anxiety, especially because Sagittarius season is triggering some deeper things inside of you. And you could be feeling like you really need to communicate something to this other person. For the next one, we have the Six of Wands. This is going to be Jupiter in Leo energy. So a sense of victory is coming out here from this communication. You know, you're feeling really, really good about communicating this thing that you communicated. This person perhaps responded in a very nice way, you know. This person could have responded in a very affectionate and emotional and kind of sensitive way. And it's leaving you feeling like victorious, you know. It's leaving you feeling very like good, like you did the right thing, like you're feeling like a leader, you know. You're feeling really good about yourself, and you're feeling really good about like just overall how you're kind of managing all the different things that are going on in your life right now. For the next card, we have the Knight of Wands. This is the third Knight card that's coming out. So this Knight energy is really like, I mean, I still have to pull 4 more cards, so we're gonna see. But already, all this Knight energy that's coming out, all the Knights have the underlying energy of fire already attached to it. So it's like this Sagittarius season, it's really sparking this, like, you're feeling almost instinctively, intuitively, you're feeling inside of you this need to be taking action. Okay, you're really feeling this need to take action, okay? This could definitely, this now with the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands, that fire energy is really starting to come through in terms of like, maybe like needing to, like, just realizing that you have a lot of things that you need to do, or you're feeling that fire energy of maybe, going out and doing things with people and, preparing for the holidays or going shopping, or like just feeling overall inspired and creative and passionate. Okay. It's really kind of triggering this something deeper within you, to just accomplish things on such a short kind of time frame. More fire energy over here, the Nine of Wands. So this is going to be the moon in Sagittarius, and just pushing through. It looks like you're just trying to like push through. Okay. So ultimately what I'm getting over here is like, you've probably been working really, really hard. Okay. I feel like you've been working really hard, and you're finally like reaching the end where you can just like, it's just a matter of getting to the finish line. And I feel like that finish line has a lot to do with perhaps like just getting through the season, like getting through the Sagittarius season, or getting through this period in time that is always thwarts you into action. Like Sagittarius season might like literally constantly make you feel like you constantly need to be in action. You constantly need to be accomplishing something, especially because with the holidays around the corner, it also means that you're spending more money. So it's like a matter of, just kind of pushing through. And then, I think that once it's all over, like once the hype and all that energy is like over with, you're just going to be able to relax. Okay. And you're just gonna be like, okay, thank God that's over. Now we're in Capricorn season. We're in earth energy. And that's where you want to be. You want to be in that earth energy. Okay. For the next card, we have Two of Wands. So yeah, a lot of fire energy. This is Mars in Aries. Just kind of thinking about like, it's just kind of like going to sleep at night, like you know, struggling a little bit, a little stressed out, and then like waking up the next day like, okay, let's do this again, you know, and just kind of going through that same momentum day after day after day. That's really what I'm picking up on over here. It's kind of like this pattern of every single day, like going to sleep tired because you worked your butt off, and then waking up the next day like, okay, let's do this again. Okay, like let's get this done. Yep, Three of Pentacles, more Mars energy. That Mars energy is just like, oof. This is going to be Mars in Capricorn. So working together, you know, working together with another individual to build something. This could be a specific individual. Maybe you're coming together with another person and getting ideas about like gift giving or like what you should give to somebody, you know, thinking about that. Or even just like working together with people at your job, you know, just kind of like turning the wheels at work, you know, just getting those wheels turned so that the day can just kind of like go by and you can go home, okay? So you can go home and relax. Death, yes. Scorpio energy, Sagittarius in your 8th house. This just makes perfect sense, okay? And just to start the cycle all over again. This is literally the energy that I'm like very strongly picking up on you for Sagittarius season, especially with Sagittarius in your 8th house. That need to just kind of die at the end of it and like let yourself be transformed through it is going to be such a big part of the process for you. And this could be something that you have noticed that you experience every year for December season, okay? Of just like it's like the final month of the year. 2022 is right around the corner. 2022 symbolizes a whole new year, a whole new beginning. And it's like now that you're in December, now that you're in that last month and that last part of the year, it's just a matter of like, you know, pushing through that final. It's like you're in the home stretch, and you know, every day is everything matters. It's like every day matters, everything matters, the money, like, you know, everything matters. And like the moment you just kind of lose your step or get off track, it's like you feel like you're falling behind a little bit, okay? But you're just anticipating that moment where you can just kind of like, and this is in reference to like the end of the day, you know, like this transformation that you constantly need to go through at the end of the day when you come home at night. And this also represents to me like the end of the year, you know, finally like approaching the ending to this like the last month of the year always being so crazy for you. And finally just like embracing like the ending of it, you know, like, and embracing that transformation so that this new cycle for a new year can begin in a new zodiac sign, okay? And that is so symbolic to that 8th house energy, you know, it's like this constant like death and rebirth of money as well. And death and rebirth, it could also definitely be tied to a certain, if you're involved in some kind of partnership or some kind of emotional connection, or if you have a lover, you know, there's some transformations that are taking place there as well. Okay, with that death energy. You know, and then also, you know, this could also be just kind of lingering energy from Scorpio season as well, okay? So any just like unresolved pain that you're still working through, okay? It looks like there's still at the, you know, it's like even though you're focused and you're turning over your money and you're constantly in this like mentality of like, you know, regenerating your finances, there at the same time, it's also kind of helping you transform and heal and go through your own deeper feelings about the things that you have to face in regards to this situation. So like, for example, like if you have a family to take care of, if you have people counting on you, you know, and then, you know, the people that are around you that are counting on you, they are also might be triggering some deeper feelings for you that you need to heal, that you need to bring into a conscious awareness, that you need to kind of transform and take care of and just kind of deal with, okay? So this could be kind of just like a very stressful time of year for you in general. But overall, with the death card at the very end, in all honesty, to me, this is like a really good sign. It really means that you are utilizing the energy for the exact things that it needs to be utilized for you, that you're actually handling this energy the exact way that it needs to be handled. And that is what I see there with that death card falling at the very end, is that like you're actually you're going through the cycles, you're going through that death and rebirth process, you're going through that transformation, and you're just kind of letting it happen. You're just letting it happen, you're just doing it, okay? Because it's like, at this point, you just know that that's what needs to be done. It's just a matter of like accepting the responsibility of it. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Yes, that is awesome. So there is, yeah. So, you know, it does look like there is a very strong connection that you're in right now. And this connection is very much kind of triggering a lot of this as well to occur, okay? This love connection is kind of triggering this energy and the way that it's unfolding. And, you know, you just kind of, you know, it's like pushing you to kind of become more aware of yourself, to become more aware of your own abilities to transform yourself, to become aware of like the different responsibilities and the things that you are needing to take care of in your life. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that Lover energy is definitely symbolizing and signifying a very, very strong kind of soul tie connection with another individual. You guys might not be like together all the time right now. You might not be like in the same, sharing the same space. It does definitely look like you got your own things going on. You got your own kind of direction and your own things going on. But the underlying energy here is this Lover energy. So it's like you guys are spurting each other, and you are triggering each other into these like transformative, you know, types of energies where you're able to grow and evolve and kind of figure out the different, you know, sides of yourself and of who you are and things like that. So it's actually very, very beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and start clarifying some of this energy. Let's see. Let's start with the Six of Wands. Whew. Clarify the Six of Wands. All right, so this, oops, sorry about that. So the Six of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands. Yeah, a lot of fire energy over here. This is Leo energy. So you literally got Leo on top of Leo. So it's like just the more that you learn about yourself and the more that you understand and communicate and just kind of like do what it is you got to do, the more you just kind of come into this leadership, inspired, passionate kind of position, and you feel stronger, you feel good, you feel stronger when you get things done and you do the things you're supposed to do and you take responsibility. You feel good, you feel stronger, you feel like a leader, you feel like you can do it, you know, you feel like you can accomplish anything, and that is so freaking cool. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Leo energy is also very stubborn, but so is Taurus. So, okay, so clarifying the Nine of Wands, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is Venus and Virgo, okay? Yeah, so just kind of like, you know, keeping that independent streak up, okay? Keeping that, keeping like pushing through just so you can keep that, the things that you enjoy, the comforts, the luxuries, the things that bring you, you know, that like fulfill your pleasure principles. Okay. It's just a matter of wanting this constant like cycle that you go through day in and day out, work and then come home. It's just a matter of like wanting to maintain your sense of comfort. So it's like you don't want this whole Sagittarius season, December, with the freaking holidays. You don't want that to throw you off of what you have established for yourself. You don't want it to throw that off. So in order for it to not throw you off, you have to like work extra hard around this year, so that you have that extra like money to spend or whatever, so that at the end of it all, you can just kind of go back to feeling like you're in your comfort zone again and you're exactly where you need to be. It's like it's like you're just coming, you're coming back to how you left things. It's almost like December is just like this, you know, crazy little dimension that kind of just gets dropped into your world, and you have to like get through it. And then, you know, it's almost like you're kind of leaving your other life on pause for a second. It's like, okay, December's here. We got to get through this. And then when it's over, it's like you just come back to that home life, and it's exactly how you left it, and nothing has changed. The only thing that changed was that you just had to like step into this new dimension to like create, you know, whatever it is you needed to create in order to, you know, make things happen for that realm. And then when it's all over, it's like, okay, time to go back home. Time for things to go back to normal. So that's kind of funny. Clarify the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is clarified by the Emperor, Aries energy. Beautiful. Yeah, like you have your eye on the, like, you're just not fucking around. Don't fuck around with Taurus right now. Taurus is making their money. They're in charge. They are the leader over here, okay? Like, you are, ooh, this is just some like really, really passionate, just go-getter kind of energy going on over here, okay? I don't even know what else to say. Like the pine tree, standing firm and strong over here, the Emperor energy, you know, working that magic, manifesting, just working it. Like literally, I don't even know what to say. Like, I just kind of see you like at your job or at your work as just like this boss energy, just getting things done, and, you know, feeling inspired and feeling passionate, and just like, you know, it's really creating this passionate drive in you, you know, this season, this like, you know, all this, I think this Sagittarius season really kind of sparks something in you to just like, you know, where you feel really inspired, and you feel creative, and you feel passionate, and you feel like a leader, especially with that King of Wands. Like, oh my God. Okay, let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. Jesus, Taurus. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the High Priestess, some moon energy over here, okay? So working together, moon energy, intuition. Being open. It looks like you're opening yourself up more and more to receiving knowledge. You're either open to receiving new information or new knowledge that has to do with emotion in regards to your work surroundings. Maybe at work, people are opening up to you more. Maybe at work, people are feeling more comfortable around you or trusting you with information and with like secrets. And this is also this energy of like you providing some support. You, with the Three of Pentacles, it's like you are finding a new source of inspiration within you that comes from emotion, not just from ideas, not just from creativity, not just from passion, but from emotion. You are learning and discovering the benefits, and like that you actually have some wisdom and knowledge that you can share with others at work in regards to emotion and feelings and things like that. So that's really positive. Or this could just be like you working with another person. This could also be like working together in a third party kind of situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be at work, but it could be someone that you're in some kind of partnership with, or some kind of like, you're in some kind of like material or financial partnership with another individual, and communication could be reaching this like more intuitive level of understanding. Should I clarify the death card? Let's clarify the death card and then get into final messages and advice. Clarify the death card. For the death card, we have the Seven of Wands. So, more Mars energy. This is Mars and Leo. So more Mars energy, more fire energy. Whew. Super action oriented. Super, super action oriented. So Mars and Leo. So the Seven of Wands kind of signifies, on top of this death card, also feeling like a bit protective. Okay. Feeling like you need to protect your own transformation. Like you need to protect your own transformation, or you need to stand up for it somehow, or like maybe there's a part of you that feels a bit vulnerable and exposed right now, okay? Like, I kind of feel like because you're going through a lot and you're going through so much and you are going through this transformation, but it's like this transformation, it's almost like this transformation is happening in all aspects of your life right now. That's how it feels, at least. It feels like this transformation is happening in all aspects of your life. So you could feel like there's a part of you that's being exposed right now, like some deeper part of you that's being exposed. And I think you're a little cautious of that. Like you're a little cautious of who is paying, of like who might try to take advantage of that, or who might see, like, if like maybe if someone notices your weakness or something. Like I think that you have a fear of people maybe noticing or thinking of this as a weakness. Okay, you're afraid of appearing weak. I think that that's like a fear. So in an effort to not appear weak, like even when you're not in action mode, you're in defense mode. When you're not in sharing your wisdom and intuition with other people, you're in defense mode. When you're not in money-making mode, you're in defense mode. When you're not in communication mode, you're in defense mode. It's like you have this defense mode in regards to your own inner personal transformation that you're undergoing. Final messages and advice for Taurus. All right, final messages and advice for Taurus. We have Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius, Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy. And then we have Seven of Swords, a lot of sword energy over here. Moon in Aquarius. Wow. Final advice and messages for Taurus. So it looks like the advice here is like, it's really going to be important for you to have your own like safe space for this month, for December Sagittarius season. It looks like you're really going to need, it's really going to be important for you to regain a sense of balance and to center yourself and to like really just for you to just like give yourself the space and the room to breathe, to reflect, to just like be alone, or to just kind of like move away from a situation when it becomes a little bit too stressful or when it becomes a little bit too much to handle. It looks like you need to give yourself that space and that room to just like unwind, okay? And to just like move away from all the chaos and all the drama. So that's your advice. And then you have the Ace of Swords. Like during, through that time of that you spend taking care of yourself, that you spend away from the chaos, during that time that you spend alone or just kind of not really worrying too much about what's going on around you, there is clarity that comes into your mind. There's a sense of almost like spiritual, like release, just like, taking a deep breath, there is this, just like taking deep breaths and just centering yourself. Centering yourself ends up providing some very clear insight, or a very clear, maybe something very clear that you want to communicate. You might, there could be people communicating things with you and you're needing to move away from it just so you can come to a clear understanding about what you want to say, okay? So if this is in regards to this lover that you're connected to, it's like maybe there is communication going on between the two of you, but because you have so much going on and so much that your mind is thinking about, you need to kind of like give yourself time and space to move away so you can really reflect on this communication before you feel very clear and concise about what it is that you want to communicate back, or what it is you want to say. The only thing that with the Seven of Swords here, the only thing that I feel like needs to be cautioned is that with this clear communication and with this like clarity and with this feeling of clarity coming through, that you are not also like sabotaging or running away from the situation. But what I find interesting is that it's almost like, because the Ace of Swords represents clarity and communication and the intellect, but then the Seven of Swords points to some deception or some sneaky behavior or something that's not being expressed. So it's almost like it's almost like saying, be careful with the things that you choose not to say. Like you could be communicating something, or you could want to communicate something, or you might have this idea to communicate something, but then there's a warning. Because it's like there's a blind spot to this. This sense of clarity that you get during the time that you're alone comes with a sort of blind spot. And I think that blind spot has a lot to do with this other person and how this other person feels. And or how this other person feels they are being communicated to. Okay? And that blind spot could actually kind of bite you in the ass a little bit. It's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those situations where you think in the moment that something that you're about to say is like really good, right? It's like you think that what you're about to communicate is really good, and you actually, it might be good for you, but you actually truly have no idea. You have no idea how it's going to affect the other person. You really have no clue. So it's like, even though in your mind and in that moment you're like, oh, I'm going to say this, you know, and it's going to be good. And maybe it comes off really smart, and it comes off really intelligent, and it comes off very like intellectual, and you're communicating, you know, but it ends up like it's almost like your own shadow, the shadow side to that communication, to whatever it is that you said, ends up kind of like biting you in your own ass. Like there's like this shadow side. So to everything, to every light, there's also a shadow. And it's like whatever it is that you are communicating has some shadow aspect to it that kind of ends up lingering even after you say it. Like, the best way for me to explain that is I've been in situations where it's like I felt like something that I was communicating to somebody was actually going to like release me from the burden of like having that communication inside me. And it's like I thought that I would feel better by getting it out in the open and just by saying whatever it is that I want to say. But then I realized after I say it, it actually does completely the opposite. It actually feel like once I say it, I feel in that moment like I actually just like stabbed my own heart, or like I kind of just screwed myself over. It's like this weird, like instant karma kind of like feeling that I would get. So be careful of that, okay? So that is your message and advice for December 2021, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments down below if it resonated with you or not. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.